So to Greece, which is also reopening. It's got its Restart Tourism, a comprehensive package which is designed practical grounds to reopen tourism. Harry Theoharis is the Greek tourism minister. He joins me now. Mr. Theoharis, I'm looking at the schedule. First of all, thank you as always for coming on the programme. You're looking at the proposal that you've put forward. You're wanting to do, for instance, on Monday, yachting restrictions were lifted. On June the 1st, campsites will be lifted. Then you move forward to the time we get to July the 15th, the gradual lifting of all restrictions. How do you expect it will go?
Well, it's always a pleasure, Richard, to be here. Thanks for the invite. Of course, we continue in the same vein that we've had up to now. We lift gradually the internal restrictions, cafes, as you mentioned. Ferries have already started reoperating, albeit at 50% capacity, and we're removing restrictions in schools, etc. The same thing applies with internal tourism, yachting, camping and full hotels, and then finally everything will be open. And on the 15th of June, we're starting the gradual lifting of the external border restrictions. So we will start with the two main airports in Athens and Thessaloniki from 15th of June, and a restricted list of countries. And finally, most of the countries in all of our airports from July 1st.
Now, we showed it a second ago. Let's show it again. Just bearing in mind what you've said, as you're preparing, so you have these air bridges, which are somewhat important, from approved countries, and how these will take effect. Now, these are the bilateral travel links that will allow the free flow of passengers from countries like Spain, the UK, Germany are considered. Those coming from the air bridges could avoid mandatory 14-day self-quarantine. Is this wise? Because I notice as part of your plan, you have no mandatory testing and no mandatory quarantining from those passengers arriving.
Well, you know, Richard, that from day one, our Prime Minister and the whole of the government asked the health experts to guide us through this process. And this is what we're still doing. So our Restart Tourism plan is comprehensive in what it does. And through the guidance of those health experts, we have a full plan on ensuring that there is risk-free traveling. So what that means? That means, right, A, that we only allow from specific countries that our health experts tell us that we should allow, because that limits the risk. Number two, we do comprehensive but random tests to ensure that we monitor the situation. Number three, we put resources in the places where tourists are so that our health system can cope with any eventuality. And number four, we have very strict hygienic protocols on the operation of every step of the way, traveling, the hotels, etc., yachting, to ensure that there is no spread of the disease.
Okay, those are great policies if they are executed and work. However, the country's done such a good job with all these, with the crisis so far. Are you not risking that? Because basically, the way you're opening up shows that your main plan is social distancing and testing.
Well, I think what is the recipe of our success? Three parts, if you like. The decisiveness of the Prime Minister, who took the difficult decisions early on, the effectiveness of the rest of the government and of the public sector, the frontline people that had the task of dealing with the situation, and the responsibility of the people to ensure that we all adhere to the rules. Now, those three elements will be there from the next day as well. So this is not about just the past. This is about the future. The way that we've proven that we respect the health of our people, the same way we'll continue doing so. So we will have cooperation from the hotels, and every cog in the system will work to ensure the health of our citizens and of the travelers.
Minister, thank you. We'll talk again as the summer goes on. As your suntan gets better, we will keep talking.
And you have the invitation. Don't forget that. You have the invitation, Richard.
Well, yeah. As soon as one can, in terms of quarantines and restrictions, I promise you, we will. Thank you, Minister.